Good morning. This is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Briefing for Friday, March 27th, 2026. First up, this map shows our current Great Basin fire activity with the pink dots showing planned or ongoing prescribed fires and the yellow and red dots showing new or recent wildfires. We can see we've had a number of wildfires in Utah, most of them staying on the small side, but a few have been up around 30 or 40 acres, which is definitely unusual for this time of year. Precipitation for the past 7 days shows little to no precip over pretty much the entire area. We did see a little bit of precipitation over the central Idaho mountains in the past week, but that trend has really continued over the past 14 days with much below average precipitation in an usually wetter time of year right now in March. So definitely abnormally dry conditions persisting. If we look at our snow depth changes for the past 2 weeks, here on the left is the image for March 14th, and on the right, March 28th. We can see big changes have happened over the last couple of weeks with the really warm temperatures we've experienced. So starting with Idaho, we've lost the snowpack a lot at the mid to lower elevations. Pretty much everywhere, especially on these eastern sides. Western Wyoming has also lost some snowpack. The most notable changes, I think, visually anyway, have occurred across Utah. Central and southern Utah, where there was not a lot of snow to begin with, has really lost pretty much all of its snow, except across the highest elevations there. Northern Utah has lost quite a bit of snow as well, and much of Nevada is seeing a loss in the snowpack at the higher elevations. Definitely a warm period hastening our snow melt. Looking at our fire danger values right now here in the Uinta Basin, we can see our values are where they would normally be for the early to mid part of June. So it's no surprise that we have seen some of those larger fires in that area. But the forecast is for those values to stabilize over the next couple of days and see a dramatic drop by midweek next week when we are expecting some precipitation to move into the area. A similar story for southern Utah and the Arizona Strip here. Those values are much above normal for the time of year and setting records, but we do expect them to come down a bit midweek next week as well. Maybe not quite as dramatic a drop. We'll see how much precip makes it down into southern Utah and the Arizona Strip. Satellite imagery for this morning shows high pressure in place across the southwest, keeping temperatures on the warm side. We will be warming up over the next couple of days. Again, for today, high pressure over the southwest, leading to generally dry conditions across the area. Ventilation rates are kind of a mixed bag. We've got some higher values over Idaho and up into southern, or Nevada and up into southern Idaho, but Utah, the values are still on the lower side today. Winds are light across the area today with mixing heights on the lower end as well. Temperatures are warming today from yesterday. We should see highs in the 70s across Nevada and in the 60s across much of the rest of the area. Minimum relative humidities are going to be in the teens for most lower elevations. On Saturday, temperatures continue to warm across the area. Ventilation rates improving as well, and we will see winds pick up ahead of a trough, some troughs that will be moving in early next week. So tomorrow again, we'll see the winds picking up, especially over Utah, gusting to maybe 30, 35 miles an hour, especially over the higher elevations here, and mixing heights increasing as well. Temperatures continue to increase. We've got maybe 10 degrees warmer tomorrow than today, with highs in the upper 70s across Utah and Nevada, and maybe the low 70s over Idaho. Not much cloud cover tomorrow, still generally sunny skies, but we could see some clouds beginning to increase. On Sunday, still another warm, dry day in place. We'll see a little bit of moisture beginning to move up from the south, mainly just bringing in some cloud cover. Ventilation rates improving as well with continued gusty winds. If we look at the winds again for Sunday, we'll start to see stronger winds over Idaho, western Wyoming, and then continued strong winds over southern Nevada and southern Utah. Mixing heights really increasing by Sunday. Our temperature departure from normal, still very warm. Sunday will probably be one of the warmest days with highs about 20 degrees, 15 to 20 degrees above normal area-wide. On Sunday, we will see a bit of an increase in cloud cover across Utah, and then some clouds moving into the central Idaho mountains as well. Not much in the way of precipitation expected for the next couple of days through Sunday. We'll start to see that change early next week. The clearing index for Utah is shown here, not looking at really high values across the western parts of the state today, but Saturday and Sunday, those values do improve area-wide or statewide. On Monday, we'll see our first of a series of troughs and little cold fronts moving through the area. On Monday, this will mainly be affecting Idaho into the northern parts of Utah and Nevada. Ventilation rates still staying high on Monday, the increased winds as that little front moves through. On Tuesday, precipitation will move a little bit further south. Cooler temperatures will also spread throughout the geographic area. Ventilation rates still staying generally elevated. And then on Wednesday, another trough beginning to set up off the coast will bring some moisture into the north. Into the Great Basin on Wednesday. Ventilation rates staying very high as well. And then on Thursday, we will likely see that cold frontal passage, a bit of a stronger cold front with cooler temperatures back down to normal finally by Thursday. Ventilation rates still staying high. Here we're looking at precipitation for days 4 and 5. This is Monday through Wednesday of next week. So happy to see some precipitation moving into the Great Basin finally. Precip will move into Idaho generally starting on Monday and spreading further south by Wednesday. And then precip for days 6 and 7, still looking good for that next low moving through. This is Wednesday through Friday, so more like Thursday. This precipitation coming through with cooler temperatures, bringing some high elevation precip to Utah or to Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah. And then the 7-day totals are shown here. Again, some decent precip amounts, especially over the higher elevations of northern Utah and Idaho, maybe up to 3/4 to an inch of precipitation expected. The 8 to 14-day outlook brings us back to near normal temperatures across the area, with heat across the southeast, and kind of near normal, potentially precipitation during that time frame as well. That concludes today's briefing. Please check back on Monday for the latest